So now we're gonna do a quick one on digital inputs, lesson 5. Um, just like the previous ones, you load um, the code that they provided. It defines the pins. It um, defines the pin mode variables, and basically just if it reads button A, it goes low. If it reads button B, it goes high. If I did that right. Right there. Yep. Right there. I kind of lost myself there for a second. Um, Tools. Let's see auto format. Let's see what that does. Yeah, not much different. Um, so they go through like they have been through the components used. I'm staying with the 10K resistor because it's just too bright with the 220 ohm. Um, there's these push button switches, and they only fit one way on the breadboard, and it turned out I had a little trouble with these. Pushing things into this breadboard when it's brand new like this can be really difficult. And I actually had this switch, the pins bent, but it looked like it was okay, and so it wasn't working. So that took me a minute to get that situated in there properly. But then, they go through the schematic, and you can see if you put the switches in the wrong way, this isn't going to work out. But there's only one way to put the switches in, and from side to side they're symmetrical, so that doesn't matter too much. So if they fit in the locations where they're shown, then they're fine. Um, the the cathode, I always have to think about it. The cathode side is what goes to ground on the LED. The anode is the longer lead, so you can see how it's kind of bent out to the side on what I have here. Um, and they kind of indicate that on their drawing. You can kind of see they show a little extra bend there. The other thing I did is I put my LED on the opposite side, so I thought it might show up better, and the wiring made more sense to go straight from here to there instead of across. So I just did a couple little things different. But it's basically the same circuit in the way it's wired up. And then they go through and you load the code. They describe to you how the code works, and then they show you a picture of their breadboard setup. And in operation, oops, I went all the way to lesson 6 already. If you push this button, it turns the LED off. If you push this button, it turns the LED on. Pretty straightforward. Still kind of, it's fun to just see this stuff work, and getting a little used to how the coding, some real simple coding examples kind of brings you up to speed. And also, I think I finally figured out how to get the audio in OBS Studio to work right. So there you go.